Hello and welcome to DY's first impressions and banner review for July Legend 2025. So, this new banner brings us 3 new items, 2 of them being summer and 1 of them being permanent, which is Lich summer here, Cassius summer, and Commander of Destruction and Earth summon. Before I get into these things real quick, I just want to point out that there's a lot of summer things happening at the moment. I'm going to make a separate video on those, including the subticks, maybe a video on the scam, which you can't see here because I've already bought it, but things like that. So if you want to catch all that when they go live, make sure you subscribe and like and all that jazz as well. Oh, by the way, I also have a Fediel auction video and another Jeopardy coming on the YouTube soon. I've just been a little bit lazy in editing those, so they'll be up soon as well. So yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into the characters. So, first up, we'll get the easy one out of the way first. Commander of Destruction is the premium sort of Belial for Earth, so it follows the exact same pattern as Tetragod and Soul Invoker, but for Earth this time. Now, this summon is permanent. They will be available in as subticks in the future, but not the current subticks. So do keep that in mind. With that out of the way, let's talk about the 2 characters here. So Lich. Lich, the weapon isn't anything significant, but the character herself is a charge attack oriented character that does a lot of skill damage based on those charge attack. So much like her other versions, she debuffs the party with a bunch of things and debuffs the enemy, and then based on your team's number of debuffs, she will do a Earth Nuke, increased number of hits based on number of debuffs here. So when any allies are debuffed, she does this, and not only that, she gives 20% boost to charge bar here as well. Now, her other parts of her kit really synergized with this as well. Upon Earth Chainburst, she does Earth damage, which removes a buff, and also lowers her skill cooldowns. In my experience running her in a charge attack team, her skills are up pretty much 100% of the time, like this buff here, which is very good for HL raids. So overall, this character, you want to charge attack. As you charge attack, you just do a bunch of skill damage, and she provides charge bar alongside that. Immediately, I can see her sort of replacing characters like maybe Monica Valentine's in Earth, because she provides that role of being a charge bar battery while also doing a bunch of charge attack on the side. I haven't tested her in Kengo yet, but I assume you'd be able to loop relatively easily on some of these teams. So yeah, I think she's a very good fit into those charge attack oriented teams. Now, what I have been testing personally is some Magna Hexa solos with this character, because currently, before this, for Magna, it was sort of hard to stay alive because Hexa just does a lot of damage. But this particular skill, which provides Earth Switch, as I said pretty much all the time, has been really, really, really useful. And I did this attempt earlier. You can see I'm just doing a bunch of runs, seeing how it goes. And this run got relatively close. And I haven't done my Earth Hexa solo yet, so maybe give it a couple days and we might get it. I'll see. At the moment, we do face a little bit of a damage issue. I think I need to fix my grid a little bit, but yeah, I definitely think there's potential here. In the past, this role was sort of the Sidala spot, but on Magna, I think running Sidala is sort of rough, as I said, just for survivability purposes. And this particular run, I used no pots pretty much until like the last 40%. And I only used the pots because I was tanking the plane damage from the origination Halo stacks that Hexa gets. So pretty cool character there. Let's move on to Cassius. Now, Cassius, I'll briefly mention the weapon here. It does have some potential. It gives big trium, small cap, healing cap, and then medium stamina. I am not sure where you would use this, but maybe there's a niche purpose for this. I don't know why you would need big trim when weapons like Kaguya Fan exist in Wind, which also give trium. Or Fandango, I guess, which is, you know, the most important part of trium, the triple attack. So I'm not sure where you would use this, because for the stamina healing slot, we also have a weapon like this currently, right? Medium healing, medium stamina, medium HP. This is Vampy's staff. So yeah, maybe there's some weird niche grid that might use it, but yeah, nothing too notable. The character is much like his other versions. Cassius is a skill damage oriented full auto character, and he seems like he would be really good in situations where you need to dispel and have some sustain along the side. So pretty much Guild War. I expect this guy to be very, very useful in Guild War FAs, anything NM200, NM250, something like that. Even some lower difficulties depending on your level of investment into Wind as well. Pretty much he casts this skill here automatically whenever the foe does a special attack, and this skill is pretty good. It does a lot of damage, dispels, heals, and has a clarity effect as well. So pretty much everything you want there. This skill is a self buff. The more you cast it, the more effects you get, up to and including supplemental and flurry and echo as well. And basically he has a unique stack which goes up at the end of every turn, I believe. Vacation Arts level rises. Oh, it's on triple attack, sorry. So whenever you normal attack, it goes up. So pretty much if your Ogi is off, you would have it by the end of turn 5. And it provides a bunch of things, including skill cap here, most notably, I think, and also the turn reduction to your damage skills. His third skill is also interesting here because it gives a double strike for 1 turn, and it also makes it so that you automatically activate this on autos. So it's a nice little effect. It does have a long cooldown, but his cooldowns are much lower than you would imagine because it's -1 turn whenever you triple attack here, and then he does cut it by 2 turns on Ogi as well. Overall, definitely, like I said, a full auto character. I do see maybe some potential for skill mash setups. So last skill where we had some like Swan setups where you use Galleon, Halloween Lich, and Esteriola with Swan main hand on MC to just take a lot of turns really quickly and just auto nuke the enemy down. Cassius does have the auto nuke here, but this triple attack is actually a little bit of a nerf in those situations because it adds more lockout. However, if the damage is high enough, it will be fine, right? So I think pretty much it just comes down to that. It comes down to how much damage he does and whether he's better than any of those 3 options I mentioned previously. Yeah, as of right now, however, definitely a full auto character. Unsure on the low button optimization part of skill mash, but definitely some potential there. So the final rate up on the banner is Fediel Grand at the moment. You can see that if you go here and then you go to this one, the premium draw update, Fediel here. Fediel recently has not seen too much use. In the past, she was used for some charge attack oriented teams because her S3, the field effect, lets her double Ogi. In the past, she was also used for some normal attack bursts because she does the skill nukes on autos. However, yeah, these days, I feel like you only really use her if you're missing some of the big ones. That being said, she's not a bad character at all. And it's not a bad rate up per se, because the weapon itself is okay for Hades as well, being a premium agonize there. Overall, however, I do think this is a relatively good banner to spark on, especially if you are invested in Dirt. Lich is probably going to be a character that you want in your back pocket, unless you are just not at all interested in charge attack setups. But more importantly, there is also this summon here, Commander of Destruction, which as I said earlier, is a premium Belial, and Belial is used nearly all the time. We saw this summon, the Soul Invoker one, be very prevalent in Fire Guild War. Now, that being said, Fire does have Whamdus, which has a HP requirement. Earth doesn't have anything like that, but that doesn't rule anything out, I suppose, and in the future, that is. And Belial is still a very good effect to have on your team. So having this 2-for-1 in your summer banner, where you can also pull older summer characters as well, if you get lucky, I think is a good justification in pulling here. If you're a Wind main, you probably pulled the last banner for Bustet, which means you might be Lorn rolls here. At the moment, I do think Cassius is mostly full auto oriented. So if you are pretty much a full auto exclusive gamer for Wind and you're really invested, then I suppose Cassius is going to be pretty good there for Guild War. But I do think that as of right now, until I see maybe more showcases of this, I think his use cases are most likely going to be just full auto. I do think the previous 3 characters I mentioned, Galleon, Lich, and Esther, are probably still going to be better for skill mashy stuff. So yeah, on that front, we'll have to see. I'm coping here because I don't have enough rolls for this character at the moment, so we'll have to see. But yeah, either way, a good character, but mostly full auto-oriented, in my opinion, as of right now. So yeah, that's my take on the banner. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck if you're pulling. Stay strong if you're saving. We don't know if this is the last summer banner because we have a Hunter x Hunter collab in August. So that most likely replaces Flash, but it's summer. They've never done collabs in seasons yet ever since they introduced collab banners. This could be the last summer banner. It might not be. We have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Anyways, have fun. I'll release those other videos that I mentioned earlier soon. Goodbye. Bye-bye.